Have you ever seen a village without electricity? Have you ever seen a city, a major city, during a blackout? As soon as they would get electricity, they could dig much deeper wells, bring water up, and that would transform everything. Access to electricity meant a jump in the quality of life and economic well-being of the society. When we look globally on the entire picture of the Earth at night, you will see the networks of electrification. On top of these networks, we develop everything else. One of them is our economies. What would you expect the GDP, the wealth of nations, the propagation of wealth, where do you think those are centered around? They're centered exactly in areas that are affordable, available, and high degree of electrification. To look at this from a broader picture, as we project forward, we currently have 19 cities with 10 million or more people in them. By 2020, there are going to be 30 such cities. By 2050, 60 such megacities. Currently, there are 1.2 billion people in the world that have no access to electricity. Another 1.4 billion have inadequate access. They have outages of 4 hours or longer per day. In order to bring electricity to still assuming 40% of the population of the world has diminished access to electricity, we still need to triple the amount of generation. If we step back and we think about environmental security, economic security, and national security, at the nexus of all three is energy security. In 2000, a blue ribbon panel at the National Academy of Engineering ranked the top 20 greatest achievements of the 20th century. You would have expected television, rapid transportation, internet, or man going to the moon to be, especially because Neil Armstrong was the chair of this Blue Ribbon Commission. But what do you think they selected? Networks of electrification. Without the grid, we could have not done any of the above. And we always take it for granted. And it's the whole system of generation to the end use, to the delivery. The middle part is the transmission and distribution. This amazing system, this marvel of engineering, is under a lot of stress. The outages cost our economy in the United States somewhere between $80 billion a year to $187 billion a year. In an average year, it cost us about $150 billion a year in spoilage, lost productivity, and other economic impacts. So how do you make it smarter? What's the overlay of sensors, communication ways to make the system more resilient and smarter? How much do you think, how many of you tweet? How much does your tweet use? Not just our device, but the whole system. The whole system. The communication, the mobile platforms that we have, the wireless system, the server farms, and so on. The whole system uses 0.025 watt hours. In 2011, we averaged about 1 billion tweets per week. You multiply them, it's 2.5 large nuclear power plants just to keep our tweeting habit going. And this year, we are up to 1.7 billion tweets per week. So it has increased. So as you look ahead, there are many opportunities. And electricity, it improving quality of life, innovations in electricity created a toolmaker's dream. The precision, the applications we use it for in our manufacturing, in our room right now, and in everything we use is amazing precision. And there are many innovations coming out of it, such as smarter systems, devices that we have built to power progress, to power our nation's economy. When you look at what else is possible, I want to ask you a question. What new things can we bring by this suite of technologies, the overlay of devices that enable a more resilient, smarter, more secure, more reliable system?